Hello and welcome to Houston Methodist Center for Performing Arts Medicine Family Art Experience. My name is Carol Hackett. I'm the Senior Vice President and Chief Human Resource Officer for Houston Methodist, as well as the Executive Sponsor for the Center of Performing Arts Medicine. We call that CPAM. I want to thank you for taking the time to be with us today from your home and with your families. Your role at Houston Methodist is a very important one, but it's not the only very important role you play in life. Spending time with your family, as well as your loved ones, is also an incredibly important aspect of your life, and we agree. This art experience focuses on the importance of family, no matter what shape yours may take. Inspired by the hit Disney film Encanto, we've created interviews and interactive art projects for you to do in the comfort of your home and with your loved ones. First, we will hear from Stephanie Beatriz, an actress. You may know her as Mirabel in the film Encanto. She is answering questions submitted from Houston Methodist employees and their families about the movie and beyond. After Stephanie, CPAM has created family music making activities and art making activities for all to participate in. All this is available on demand for you to enjoy in the comfort of your home and at a time that's most convenient for you. If you have any questions or you would like to send some videos or photos of you and your family participating in these events, please send to cpam2@houstonmethodist.org. Thank you and enjoy your time together.
Hello everyone. We have a very special guest joining us today. It is the real-life voice of Mirabel Madrigal. She's an actor and her name is Stephanie Beatriz. She's going to be answering some of the questions that you have sent in for her. But before we begin, welcome Stephanie. Can you tell us a bit about what it was like to grow up in the Houston area and what sort of experiences did you have that led you to become an actor and performer?
Sure, yeah. I grew up right outside of Houston in Webster, Texas. Houston was the first big city that I ever really experienced. I moved to the U.S. when I was about 2.5, so most of my core memories are from the Houston area. I love all the arts in Houston, and actually the fine arts in Houston are what led me to becoming an actor. My mom used to take us to Jones Hall, and she'd take us to the Museum of Fine Arts Houston and the Science Museum, and sort of all around the city, kind of letting my sister and I get a feel for the arts in all of its iterations. So not only theater, but also paintings and sculptures and sort of all of the art that Houston had to offer. My mom let us see it and introduced us to it. And that is kind of how I found my way into acting. And I pursued acting in college. I moved to New York City after I graduated. And then after a little while in New York, I moved to LA and I got on TV, and sort of the rest is history. And I was lucky enough to play Mirabel in Encanto.
That's wonderful. Now, I know many of you sent in questions for Mirabel, and Stephanie is going to be able to answer some of those. So let's begin. Here's our first question.
My name is Mija. What's your favorite Encanto song?
What a good question. I think my favorite Encanto song is We Don't Talk About Bruno, but maybe my second favorite is Welcome to the Family Madrigal.
My name is Jason. We're 4.5. And what's your favorite food?
My favorite food, Stephanie's favorite food is pizza. I think Mirabel's favorite food is probably her mom's arepas.
Do you like princess?
Do I like princesses? Of course. And, if I'm not mistaken, I think you look just like a princess. So I bet you are one.
Avery, what part of your family you like the best?
What part of my family do I like the best? Well, Avery, that's a hard question. But I think the thing that I like about my family the best is that I can be myself around them.
Hi, my name is CJ. I just wanted to know if there's going to be an Encanto 2.
CJ, I think that's such a good question. I don't know the answer, but if I were you, I would maybe use my local library or the internet to try to find an address where you can write to Disney and send them a letter and say that you would like an Encanto 2, because I, for a fact, know that somebody at Disney reads all those letters. So your voice is important.
Hi, my name is Tony. I wanted to know, we only see Mirabel's room, Isabella's room, Tonio's room, and Bruno's room. Why can we not see the other rooms?
Tony, that is such a good question. And I want to show you a picture from one of my favorite books called The Art of Encanto. And inside this book, there's some pictures of what Luisa's room might look like. You can see there some different artists did different drawings and used their imaginations to sort of think about what Luisa's room might look like. So if you go to your local library, you might be able to find this book. It's called The Art of Encanto by Disney. If your library doesn't have it, guess what? You can request the librarian to get it for you.
Hi, Mirabel. My name's Eloise, and I want to know what it's like to live in your magical house and what was the funniest thing your house ever did. And I think I love your movie, and I think it's great. Bye.
Thank you for the compliment. That is so nice. I'm so glad you love the movie. I don't know what it's like to live in a magical house, but when I did the voice of Mirabel, I used my imagination. So I imagined things like drawers opening and doors moving and floors moving, all the things that you see that the animators brought to life in the movie. Those are things that I imagined too. I think the funniest thing that it's ever happened to me, that's a really hard question. I don't know. Funny things happen to me every day.
Hi, my name is Meredith. I'm for the house. Can I have a flower from Isabella?
Hi, Meredith. Of course you can. In fact, I think one of these flowers on my shirt, I'm pretty sure Isabella said was for you. So you choose. You can keep it in your imagination forever.
My name is Yara Hanna Cleo, and I want to know, what is Isabella's favorite kind of flower that she grows? Thank you.
That is a great question. I think when the movie starts, Isabella thinks her favorite kind of flower is maybe a rose. But I think as the movie goes on, Isabella realizes that her favorite kind of flower might be the kind that no one's ever seen before. Like the kinds of flowers that grow on cactuses that are strange and different. Because I think what Isabella learns about herself is being strange and different is actually really beautiful too.
Hi, my name is Sabiksha, and I have a question. Why did Mirabel not get her gift?
That's such a good question. And I think, one of the things that the movie asks us is, what is a special gift? Is it only magic, or is it maybe sometimes something that doesn't seem as kind of flashy as a magical gift? If you watch the movie again, which you might, you'll see that Mirabel's gift is really listening to other people and seeing them for who they really are. Just because somebody says, "Oh, Luisa, you're just the strong one," doesn't mean Mirabel can't see that sometimes Luisa really needs to lean on somebody else. I think Mirabel actually does have a gift, and it turns out it's one of the most important ones in the whole movie. Empathy.
How did it feel to be the only one without a miracle? Mirabel, you seem so happy most of the time. And even though you had no miracle, why is that?
I think Mirabel tries her hardest to look like she's happy on the surface because she thinks that's what everyone wants her to be. And I think you see how hard things really are for Mirabel when time stops and she sings that song to herself about how she's waiting for her own miracle. I think she's actually having a hard time. And over the course of the movie, you see that she, when she's able to express that she's having a hard time to the adults around her, that's actually when things start to change for the best for everyone in the family. One of the things I think one of the things that's important about watching Encanto is watching for when people are trying to do something for other people. So a lot of times in this movie, it's about perspective or how you sort of are trying to be for other people. And sometimes that's not good for your heart, because what you really should be doing is trying to share what's really going on inside of you. And I think most of the characters in Encanto are able to do that by the end. It's really important to be able to share what's going on inside you, especially with the grown-ups in your life.
If Mirabel didn't get a gift, but she did get a gift, what would her gift be?
What was Mirabel's gift gonna be? What is if she didn't get a gift? What is Mirabel's gift gonna be?
So I guess what I'll answer is, what would Mirabel's gift be? And I think Mirabel actually does have a gift. And what her gift turns out to be is that she's just herself. She's all the parts of herself, which are funny and silly and brave and scared and vulnerable and tough and strong and empathetic. Because in the end, maybe she doesn't have like a magical power, but she is actually pretty magical in and of herself. I mean, think about the end of the movie. She's the one that helps her family get everything back together and all come back together. If it wasn't for Mirabel, that might not have happened.
Hi Mirabel, my name is Fiona. Why did your door disappear at the beginning? And then when you put the doorknob on at the very end, how come it showed up? So like the whole house was yours. Is that right?
Kind of. Yeah, I kind of think that is kind of right. I mean, I think Mirabel's door disappears in the beginning because she doesn't have the same kind of gift that everyone else does. It's not a magical gift. I'm doing this because it's quotation marks. That's the thing that grown-ups do when something is like magical. She doesn't have a magical gift in the way that everybody else in her family does. But once you're watching the movie, if you notice, everyone in this family is trying their best to be perfect. And Mirabel's not perfect. But she decides that when the cracks are coming into the house, that it's her job to figure out where they're coming from and figure out how to help her family. That's all she really wants to do, is help her family. And in the end of the movie, she has helped her family. And she's done it by being herself, with no magical gift, just herself. And guess what? That turns out to be exactly the kind of magic that her family needed. I think that's why at the end, when she puts the doorknob on the house, all the magic comes back.
Hi, Miss Stephanie. My name's Casey. I have 2 questions. The first one is, how many Disney movies have you been in? And the second one is, how long have you been acting? Thank you.
Hi, Casey. That's such a good question. I've only been in one Disney movie, Encanto. That's it. Maybe I'll be in another one someday. That would be really awesome. And then I've been acting since I was, I think, around 14 years old. I started acting in middle school, in my drama class in middle school, and then I continued doing acting in high school, and then I decided I wanted to become a professional actress, so I chose a college that I could go to, and after college I tried to get acting jobs, and here we are today.
Hi, Mirabel. Do you have any hobbies like your character?
I think I'm a lot like Mirabel in that I tried a lot of different hobbies. I tried sewing, I tried painting, I tried sculpting with clay. I wasn't really very good at any of them. I can play the ukulele a little bit, but my main hobby is singing, which actually turned out to be really handy because I sing in this movie. I sing all the songs that you hear Mirabel sing.
I have one question. is like, is Mirabel the gift, or if I can put it in another way, what is her gift?
I actually think you nailed it, and that's maybe the first time I've ever heard anybody nail it like that. Mirabel is the gift. And what that is there's kind of a big word for it. It's called a metaphor. It's when something is over here and it's like an image or a picture or a story, and it means something else. So Mirabel herself is the gift, and it's a metaphor for how you and I and everyone you know is a gift. They're special just because they are them. There's nobody else like you, and there never ever will be, which is pretty amazing.
My name is Avery, and the one question I would ask Mirabel is, what does it feel like to live in a magical family and not have that much problems? Because you have magical people. That's my question. Hasta luego.
I think that's a really good question. I actually think that on the surface, it might look like there's no problems at all because you're surrounded by people that have magical powers that can solve anything. The problem with that is that under the surface, like in the song Surface Pressure, there's a lot going on. And it's a lot of pressure to make sure that everything's going okay and to be the one that's responsible for everything. I think that's how a lot of the Madrigal family feels. They feel like everyone in the town is depending on them, and no matter what goes wrong, they have to solve it. Can you imagine being the person that everybody goes to all the time to solve all your problems? It must be a lot.
Stephanie, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, and thank you for your wonderful work on Encanto. We look forward to watching it and listening to the music again and again. Thanks.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm so happy to have been here and to answer all these like super smart questions from all of you. And thank you so much for watching the movie.
Hola familia, and welcome to this music experience for families. My name is Antonio, just like the character in the movie, and it's my favorite character. And I am a music therapist here at Houston Methodist. And these are my colleagues, Todd Melton, Stephanie Cham, Antonio, and Virginia. And so in this experience, what we want to do is we want to facilitate this family gathering type of exercise. So if you have any family members in your house, feel more than welcome to invite them. As you can see, we're around the table as a family, and we just want you to bring all of your family members that are in your house. Bring mom and dad and grandmas and aunties and siblings and anybody that is there. Invite them to this experience. So for this time, what we want to do is we want to think about those characteristics, those things that make us who we are in our family units. And so you can be the son or the daughter or the mom or the dad or grandmother. What are some of the things that make you who you are? Remember that in the movie of Encanto, every single character had a special power. They had this thing that made them unique. And their uniqueness, their unique power is what made the family strong and what made them do just incredible things. And the same way it works in our families. In our families, we do all of these things that makes our families very, very unique. So for this time, once you are all gathered around and you're ready for this experience, I want you to take a moment, maybe the next 10, 15 seconds. We'll play some music, go ahead, run around the house and see if you can find any instruments, any drums, any shakers, any cups, anything that you can make any sounds with, and then come back to the table. Okay, ready? Go and get them. All right, we're back. Do you have your instruments? So let's see, what do we have? Todd, what did you choose?
I have 2 cups.
2 cups, and what kind of sounds do they make?
You've got a low sound. You can also do a high sound.
And maybe a scraping sound. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Steffi, what did you get?
I chose the maraca.
A maraca. What can you do with the maraca?
I can do a lot. I can do this.
Uh-huh.
I can do this. I can even do...
Oh, that's right. It actually works with the table. Good thinking. So I chose a cup, I don't know, metal cup, and I found a pencil, and I thought that maybe it could sound like this. But then I noticed that if I don't touch it and I leave it on the table, it sounds a lot longer. So maybe I can do something like that. Virginia, what did you get?
I got a drum.
Ooh, I love that drum.
So mine can make lots of sounds. I can make a loud sound right in the middle, or a higher sound at the side, or I can tap it with my fingers, or I can rub it. And if I put it that way, it's louder. Woo! For all of you.
That's exciting. I love it. So take some time now as a family, go through the circle. If you're sitting in front of the TV watching this video right now, go one to one and just explore your instruments, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So we have explored the sounds. Everybody knows what their instruments or their items sound like. So now take a moment to think about what is maybe a rhythm that describes who you are. So let's just think about the sound first. And then once you think about the sound and you play the sound, if you want to, you can describe why you chose the sound and how that rhythm or that sound reflects who you are in your family. So does anybody want to start first?
I'll start.
Okay.
Moms usually start
Moms
first.
usually start.
Or last. Okay. So you want me to make a sound that represents mom?
Yeah, so maybe make a sound that represents who you are in the family as the
Okay.
mom. And then once you're done, you can talk about what you were thinking.
Okay. Let's see. Put it like this. Changed it up a little because moms do lots of things. Sometimes they're loud, sometimes they're soft, sometimes they're helping, sometimes they're telling you what to do, sometimes they're just being there with you or playing with you. So there's lots of things. Moms seem to be busy.
Yeah, very busy. And I noticed that sometimes you were playing the drum just exactly like a drum. Sometimes you were kind of like caressing it. Were you thinking about something specific when you were doing those rhythms?
Well, when I was doing the caressing, I was thinking about sometimes moms just help you when you don't feel good. They're there to take care of you.
Yeah.
Maybe just pat you on the head or the tummy.
Moms are special. All right, so let's see. Well, I guess I can go next. And maybe I was thinking something like this. I thought about that because in this particular instance, I feel like I'm the older sibling, and sometimes, and I am actually the older sibling in my family, and sometimes as the older sibling, you feel like you need to be the example for those that are gonna come after you. And usually, at least in the Hispanic families, the parents will kind of like teach us and prime us to be the example for the younger kids by helping in the house or for mom and dad and abuela sometimes if she lives in the house, right, the grandmother. And so maybe just keeping like a constant rhythm of helping me continue to grow and continue to be moving forward steadily as an example for my younger siblings. That's what I thought. Yeah. So Steffi, you have something in mind?
Yeah, I was thinking of doing something like this. So I think a lot about being kind of the little sister in this family and how sometimes we just kind of want to do our own thing, and there's a lot of freedom in that and a lot of just letting loose and having fun and just kind of following along and kind of letting everything happen as it sounds.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. So last but not least, we have Todd. What do you have?
All right. So I was thinking when I'm sliding the cups that sometimes in my family that they're supporting kind of in the background, supporting my family, whether it's my wife or the kids, but then sometimes I surprise them. Maybe it's a joke, maybe it's, hey, let's go out get some ice cream or something like that, but you surprise them with something that's unexpected, but maybe it's a treat.
Yeah, that's amazing. So as you can see, everybody had their own rhythm, and also everybody had their own explanation of who they are and why this rhythm is part of it. So just take a few moments there with your family. We'll provide some music for the next couple of minutes and go around really quick and play your instrument, play your rhythm, and then just say why that rhythm is important to you and what is special about you that you bring into the family. Take some time to do that. Okay, welcome back. So everybody already played your rhythm and you talked about why it is so special for you. And now the special part of all of this is, can we all play our rhythms together? Because the family means that all of us are part of the family, right? So we're gonna bring all of these rhythms together and see how it looks like mama had a rhythm and papi had a rhythm and sister and brother had a rhythm. How would that sound like? So maybe, let's see, who's the leader here? Who wants to be leader?
You want me to, Dad, or are you? Or...
Go ahead, Mom.
Okay, thank you.
And stop. Doing this can be so much fun, and it just can be an opportunity for all of us to spend some time together as a family, because it's so important to spend time together and understand and know that every single person in the family has something special to bring. That is your gift, that you are unique. So never forget that. Take some time now and explore the sounds with your family and have fun. And maybe next time you go to a big family gathering, you can show everybody how your family sounds like. Take care.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Dakra and I am the Visual Arts Project Specialist with Center for Performing Arts Medicine at Houston Methodist Hospital. I have an activity today that I'm going to show you. It's an art activity that we can all do together as a family. This activity is a family flower, and we're going to create this family flower inspired by Isabella's gift that she brings to the family of bringing flowers and plant life into the home. And we're going to share our special gifts on our flower, and each person is going to get to participate and contribute a piece of the flower and combine and share what makes our family so special and unique. We're going to do this activity together now. And if you would like to gather your materials, I'll list the materials on the next slide. And let's get started. To start our activity, you'll need to print out the flower template, which you can find online, or you can just cut out 4 different size shapes of flowers on some regular paper. If you have more than 4 family members, feel free to print multiple copies of the template or cut out more copies of a flower so everyone can participate. Everyone's going to get one of these flowers to work on. You'll also need some markers, scissors, and glue or a glue stick. Once we've got all the supplies together, we cut out the flowers in the template and give them to each member of your family. The circle in the center is gonna get colored in and left blank for now. We'll work on that later. For the flowers, you can color them in however it represents you. You can draw on the flowers, you can make designs that represent yourself. And then in the center, you'll write your gift, what you bring to the family that makes you a special and unique part of your family to make your family whole. Once everyone has finished coloring in the flowers and writing their special gift that they bring to the family, you're going to layer the flowers largest to smallest. And we'll use our glue stick to glue them together. And we're going to hide our gifts underneath each layer, but we're going to know they're there, and we're going to know what makes our family special. And you want to interlock them so that you can see the layers underneath. So turn them if you need to, and then just layer them all together. Take your circle and add some more glue to the center and cover the middle piece. The last part is we are going to write our family name in the center. So we're going to do Madrigal for our family name. You can curl up the ends of the petals to make this more 3D looking, and there you have your family flower.